And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, and estate planning, tax planning, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you, our radio family out there, to help you live a better life. So the ways that you can engage on our hotline, give us a call at 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. You can call or text that line. It's an off-air number. Any questions, comments you have from the show, we would love to engage with you. And also check out our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors there on the site. You're going to see their website contact information directly for all the folks that you hear on our show. They're consumer advocates. It's all about helping you understand more about your buying decisions and helping you sort through a lot of the nonsense out there and the misnomers. We want to make you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Diane, Vance, welcome back in.
Thank you, Brandon. It's good to be here.
Hey, my pleasure. Fairway Independent Mortgage.
Yep, Fairway Independent Mortgage, and we are a national company, but we're local in the Tampa Bay area. We do all of our processing and closing right here in the area. So we have a great group of loan officers and staff. So,
absolutely. And you brought one of your top loan officers in studio today.
Yep. Hi,
Colleen,
Brandon.
welcome in, Colleen.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Good. We're going to have a good time this afternoon.
Absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, it's all about, educating the consumers out there. There's so many misnomers when it comes to the real estate and mortgage space, regarding down payment, or what about these types of programs? What about non-conforming or subprime loans? Are those back? And so we're gonna talk about those, conventional FHA, VA. We love the veterans around here. There's a lot of great programs that we offer for veterans, and of course, this station is very veteran-centric as well. We help the vets. Anybody that does a deal with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, we're offering a quarter to a half a point back as a rebate back at closing that goes directly to the buyer on the buy side. And of course, if you're selling, we can work with you that way too. So buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you. My wife and I own and operate the Platinum MVP team here in Tampa Bay. We were recently featured in a top producer magazine, Real Producer magazine, coming out in a week or so. But it's a really cool article. They implemented my football background and an MVP driven to score for others. We got the family involved, and it has a really cool spread about some of the things we're doing and how we're helping out in the community. The pictures there from the gelatin plunge. If you're watching our TV show, think about a kid getting to slide down into an oversized tub of gelatin, a swimming pool of gelatin. So my daughter enjoyed that, and of course Warwick Dunn being on the show, and some awesome folks that we've had over the years, over 6 years now on air with the Consumer Quarterback Show. And it's all about making you just a bit more street smart here. And we don't care if you climb a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck. We want to be that educator, that person that's going to help you on the other end here. And we want you to think about this as your radio family. It really is a family that we've developed over the years, people calling in. We received an uptick in calls now since we're on AM 860 The Answer. Real excited about everybody calling and asking questions, getting involved. We've got over 80 show categories that we can help advise on: health, nutrition, lifestyle, recreation, of course, real heavy on the real estate and finance side as well. And we'd love to engage with you as well. This segment is brought to you by the Lucky Dill Restaurant. The official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Lucky Dill. They've got a deli, New York City bar, Brooklyn bakery, catering, and much more. Home of the sandwich that ate Brooklyn. And they're located at 4606 West Boy Scout Boulevard in Tampa. They've got a great location in Palm Harbor as well, on US 19 in Palm Harbor. And they are online at luckydilldeli.com, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And just let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the show. Got a hot property on the beach. I want to let you know about this one, 861 Mandalay Avenue. This property, it's 200 steps from the Sugar Sands of beautiful North Clearwater Beach, the Sugar Sands and dolphin-filled waters. 861 Mandalay Avenue, just a great property. It's a beach house, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but it also has a 3rd bedroom. You can't technically count it just by some of the rules that we have there, no closet. But it is a great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay, as well as 1645 Parker Boulevard in Odessa. This is a gated community, an estate-style home, luxury executive-style home, and too many upgrades to list here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. But 4 bedrooms, 3-bath, open floor plan, beautiful pool, large garage, very nice lot as well. And you have access to the lake in this community at 1645 Parker Point Boulevard in Odessa. If you're selling real estate, we'd love to talk to you about helping you maximize the profits on the sale of your properties as well. Check out all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
All right, let's jump right into it. We got 2 of the industry's great mortgage experts here in studio today. Diane, Vance, let's start with you. What are you seeing lately? What's happening in the real estate space?
Well, it's the interest rates have actually ticked up a little bit. And the reason is because, remember we talked a few weeks ago about them paying attention about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who purchases most of the loans in the U.S. From different lenders. And they're trying to beef up their capital. So that sort of started happening. But it isn't a major. It's still very, very low. People still can get, again, it's, we need more houses to sell.
Yep.
We actually tend to get busy now. We start getting busy because the holidays and things like that are coming up. So if people want to get in before the holidays, they should start actually doing something now.
That's right.
So that they can get in for, Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that. So, I just did a training yesterday, matter of fact, certified with Freddie Mac. It's one of their programs. And they are giving $1,500 back to the buyer if they're 80% of the median income.
Wow.
And $2,500 if it's 50%. So they're doing a special program through their foundation. Did you take that?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that just happened. I just took it. I had to have it done by the 30th. So we're a pilot. One of our branches is a pilot program for it. So it's a good program. We're always looking for different programs. We just also came out because a lot of people do first and second mortgages when they purchase. We talked about this last week. We have a 30-year fixed second mortgage that they can either do as a standalone up to 100% financing.
Wow.
That's not with a purchase. With a purchase, we can go up to 95% of the value.
Wow.
So if you're a jumbo, I'll tell you a story. I actually had a buyer that is a first-time home buyer. Well, the thing about jumbo loans is you can't be a first-time home buyer.
Okay.
You have to have some experience.
Right.
So she makes great money. She's just graduated like a year ago. So what we're doing is we could do it, but the interest rate is higher. So why do that? Because she had excellent credit. So we did. So we came in with a first and second mortgage is what we did, and she's putting 5% down, and then she's going to do a first and second to actually be able to buy it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What is the jumbo limit, by the way?
It is 484 350 and then above.
Okay.
Yeah, 484 350. And just for the veterans out there, in January there is going to be no minimum for zero down. So that's very exciting for veterans. And we don't have the actual guidelines out yet, but it is happening. So.
Well, a couple of main points, too, to take away from what you mentioned. Some great top points there. Diane Vance here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Fairway Independent Mortgage. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. We're talking about inventory, and this is something we've been kind of going to from time to time. And if you look at the the level at the end of August, 4,883, that's active listings in Pinellas County. We're just kind of singling out Pinellas County, for example, here. But if you look at 5 years ago, we had over 6,300 homes for sale. Mm-hmm. So what's the impact of this low inventory in your opinion?
It's people can't find houses, and it goes very fast depending on the pricing. If the pricing is below 350, it tends to go very fast, and you have multiple offers. So people that are buying, if they wait, and you really, I mean, you can't go in and lowball anymore. You have
Right.
to go realistic on a purchase price. The realtors have done their job by actually, getting comparables to come up with that sales price. And it just depends. I see a lot of disappointment in a lot of buyers, and they sometimes go through a couple of those that they lose because maybe they did a lower offer than what the seller was willing, or they had and they were in a multiple situation. They'll come back and say,
right.
give me your highest and best, and they're like, what does that mean?
Yep, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Exactly.
so it's, that's where the realtor comes in, the expertise comes in to be able to handle that situation and tell them what to do from there.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't get that opportunity, and then we see them getting frustrated. So sometimes they, but eventually they do usually find the house that they love, and it's usually a better house and things like that. So.
Yeah, it all works out in the end. That's the idea. And when you think about it as well, Colleen, I'm going to throw it to you. What are you seeing in the market as well? Similar stories?
It's very similar. I mean, we're really having tight inventory, and the lower end buyers are certainly having serious challenges. And Diane is correct. If you don't go in with the proper offer, it's important to have your lender call the listing agent and say, hey, this buyer's pre-approved. I've already fully vetted them. I have all their information. They're a great buyer.
Yeah.
Little things like that. If you're a first-time home buyer, if you write a letter to the seller, sometimes we find that helps, saying, hey, this is going to be my family home. We want to live here, raise our children here. That in conjunction, those little tweaky things don't sound like much, but those personalizations, even to the seller side, help make your offer a little bit more valid.
Yeah.
It brings it home to them. A lot of people, especially, we have a lot of people in Pinellas that are kind of churning their homes at this time where, there's how do I want to say? Like older people that are moving into a smaller
You're
home
talking
or
about
something.
me.
People that are moving from the family home into a smaller home. So they
Right.
like to hear those personalized letters that they're
Right.
giving their home to another family and not necessarily always an investor or something like that.
Because they can appreciate that more.
Correct.
And even get creative as well with a video and, reaching out, send a video and make
There's all kinds of little things, and the sellers really appreciate that, and it helps make your offer just a little bit more.
Stands That's right.
You know, especially
Absolutely.
as it's getting tighter and tighter, because as you saw, I think there was like 6,300 homes at the
5 years
beginning
ago.
of
That
at
was
the
5 years
beginning of
ago.
the year.
Well, that was actually 5 years ago. Yeah.
Oh.
So if you look, what we're looking at is the trends, and this one goes back 5 years. So if you're back 5 years ago, 2014.
Yeah, but in
and then
January 2019, there was 6,300 homes listed.
January.
Correct?
This was actually that's going to be depending on the color. So it's a color coded.
okay, got it.
So the overall trend though is like 4,883 homes. That's the lowest amount of inventory Pinellas County has ever seen.
Yeah, it's-
well, at least in the last 6 years. I can't go back more
Yeah.
than 6. But
It's
yeah.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
absolutely crazy.
So you got to be competitive. You got to be putting your best your best foot forward, and really being aggressive with your market, your offers, and getting creative and seeing and being in touch with your mortgage team, your real estate team. They got to be on the same page. That way, when a new property pops up, you're available and you're ready to make an offer on it. So we got to take a quick break here, but when we come back, more from our expert contributors here in studio: Diane, Vance, Colleen Rodriguez, and our feel-good story of the day is a great one. Students include and cheer on a special needs classmate during basketball game. Find out about that in our feel-good story of the day, and we'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace. That's our #1 goal. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort on beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. I love taking my family down to the Bilmar Beach Resort. 2 pools on site. You got Sloppy Joe's Restaurant and Beach Bar, and so many games and all types of fun to be had there at the Bilmar Beach Resort. Give them a call. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Book directly online as well. Stay away from those online engines. You're not going to get the best deal there. Book directly. Clyde Smith is the general manager. Give him a call and let him know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. And back here in studio, our goal is to help you win here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're syndicated on multiple outlets. We're 4 o'clock drive time here weekdays on AM 860 The Answer, 1025 The Bone on Sunday mornings, and you can catch our TV show version as well on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and 85 other smart television outlets. All you have to do is search Binge Networks. That's our network that we're on, and then you'll find the Consumer Quarterback Show there as well. All right, we got 12610 Port Marnock is a beautiful property that's back on the market. This is a gorgeous home. We took it temporarily off the market and updated the kitchen and some of the interior finishes. But 12610 Port Marnock is a great opportunity. Gated community in Tampa Bay. And it's one of the best lots available. And check out that updated kitchen right there if you're watching our TV show version. 12610
Nice.
Port Marnock Drive in Odessa. They did a gorgeous job on that property. And it's in a golf course community. So you've got the ability to have a golf course, golf carts running around, pool and spa outside, right on the golf course. So if you're a golfer, you'd love that opportunity here in beautiful Odessa, Florida. Great opportunity. All of our listings are at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. Just check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, we're back here in studio. We got Diane, Vance in the house, Fairway Independent Mortgage, and Colleen Rodriguez as well, Fairway Independent Mortgage. So we're kind of talking about inventory as we're coming out of break here, talking about inventory, things happening in the market. One of the things we do with our team is we've got both, buyer specialists and listing specialists. It's kind of 2 specializations in the real estate game. And what we want our buyer agents to do is protect the buyer when they're making offers. Because sometimes, especially if you're offering on a for sale by owner or somebody that was just too optimistic on the price of the home, and then that leads to the appraisal coming in low, and then you heard Ray Hall on the show before. Ray the appraiser, he joked about he was that scene in The Sopranos where they're beating up the appraiser for a different reason. But so these real estate transactions, they can go a lot of different ways, Diane.
Yeah, they can. So I wanted to touch base on when you're getting ready to, no matter who you go through, you want to be prepared. So when you're getting ready, before you actually meet with a realtor, is you want to get pre-qualified.
Yes.
And you want to keep your either keep your original W-2s, your pay stubs, or have access to be able to go online and get those. Be able to get your bank statements online. Don't go out and buy a car, please, before you. And let your loan officer let us know if your down payment or your earnest money that you put down on a contract is coming from a gift. It's fine. Just let us know so that we aren't surprised.
Yeah.
And it'll make it go a lot smoother. Don't quit your job. If you can change employment,
You can change employers, but not necessarily your field.
Well, you can, it just depends.
Right.
But you can actually, but don't do it during the process. Do it prior to the process.
No matter how bad the boss is, don't quit.
Not till after the closing, at least one day after.
Wait till one day. Give us that one day cushion. Yeah.
And for conventional loans, everything except for government loans, we do what is called a soft pull right before closing, about 7 days prior to closing. And it's amazing what shows up on those soft pulls. So
Oh,
if
man.
there's something that comes up that, let's say they decide to go out and buy a bunch of furniture or something like that, then we have to maybe pull in a new credit report, and guess what? Credit scores may have dropped. So just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just hold off till 5 days prior to closing.
There you go. Wait till after closing, ideally, but at 5 days, if you can't wait. Now, let's talk a little bit too, because I love beating the drum on the renters out there. You know, the renters, they're just throwing away too much money.
Yep.
They're literally 30 to 40% more than you can afford, than actually pay for a mortgage. So, Colleen, want to talk about the renter side?
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of these places charge deposit first month, last month, and in many cases, that's the 3% that we need down to get somebody into a house. You know,
That's true.
we can get you into a home for as little as 3% down, 3.5% down, 0 for our veterans or USDA buyers.
Yep.
You know, 5% for a regular conventional. So a lot of times if you're looking at a rental unit that's going to cost you $1,800 a month, what are we up to? $3,600 plus another $1,800. You're pretty much there most of the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, they need to look at this. There are also assistance programs that we could help you with, you know, so it might be cheaper even to get into housing, purchase housing, than to rent housing.
So there are some down payment assistance programs still available out there.
Yes.
There are a few, yes.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
and each of the municipalities have their own programs too. So the city of Tampa has its own program. The city of St. Pete has one. The city of Largo, everybody has one. Pasco County has a program. In some areas also take and they rehab homes and they sell them. So some can't, like Pasco has a wonderful NSP program where it's a neighborhood stabilization. They come in, they redo the whole home. It's absolutely beautiful. It goes up for bid when it becomes available, but you know, it's a great opportunity for a lot of buyers, and they will help you with the down payment and closing costs in those transactions. So it's not always the lost cause that a lot of people believe it is. There are a lot of opportunities out there. So it depends on if you talk to an experienced lender so they know what's going on.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. You know, with our show, it's all about supporting the local community, local lenders. Our team here is based. A lot of our expert contributors, are based right out of Tampa Bay here. So it's all about shopping local, working local, and working with the best. Absolutely. You know, we vet all of our expert contributors with the Consumer Quarterback Show, and especially for the renters. So with the renters out there, we want to get you involved in the home ownership game. It's such a great way to build up equity over time, pay down debt, and it builds in discipline into you. You know, you hear a lot about investing, where you're putting your money. How about putting it on your mortgage, putting it down? That way when you get 60, 70 years old, you have a house that's worth $500,000 and you paid it all the way down to $50,000. I mean, that's true wealth right there. You've got that equity there. Worst case scenario, you can access it with a home equity line, and it also gives you that flexibility to be able to take out equity lines if something were to happen with the.
You could do reverse mortgage.
You could do a reverse mortgage at that
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You guys offer reverse
Yes.
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're both certified.
Okay,
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
It's a great
we
program.
should talk about that also. Maybe if you guys can hang around, we'll talk about that in the next segment. A little bit about reverse
Sure.
mortgage, because I think there's so many misconceptions about reverse mortgage as
changed a
well.
lot.
It's there's a home equity conversion mortgage, the HECM for purchase. You can actually use it for a purchase, and there's a lot of pros to that as well. So let's talk about that as well, and let's do a rent versus own right now for our listeners out there. Anybody that wants to get involved, and maybe it's not you, maybe you're in great financial shape if you're listening to this message or this broadcast or our TV show, but maybe it's a loved one that you think of. Maybe it's a nephew or a niece, somebody in the family, a cousin that could utilize this information. Please, text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying to our consumer advocate hotline. Real simple, just text rent to 813-670-7372. Text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying or your loved one's paying to 813-670-7372. And we would love to get you in contact with our mortgage team here. We're going to make sure we get back to you with a rent versus own analysis. It's going to break it down in just plain English, plain numbers on a spreadsheet, and it's going to show you, hey, I'm paying $1,200 of rent per month. When you break that out to 5 years, what was it, Diane?
$85,000, and they actually in 5 years they actually had principal of a gain of like $26,000. I sent you one
Yeah.
for that $2,100 one. I don't know if you saw that one or not.
I remember. That's
oh my
crazy.
Goodness.
It's crazy. So these are real numbers.
$136,000 they were paying over a 5-year period.
Reach out to the show. We would love to connect with you, and we promise to take good care of you if you do. And when we come back, students include and cheer on a special needs classmate during a basketball game. Find out about this heartfelt story here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. All about helping you win in any marketplace. And this segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Brothers Easy Moving. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that they are a first-class organization. They do a great job, whether you're planning a local or long-distance move. We want you reaching out to Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Gary Thacker. He's He's the owner, and he's a great businessman. Does a great job, and we appreciate them as well. So we're back here in studio. Our goal is to help you win. We want to make you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate program. And we want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial, your business wheel. Each one of those spokes extending out, representing another one of our preferred partners, our on-air expert contributors. And they take time out of their busy schedules to come in and serve the community as a consumer advocate. So there's multiple ways that you can reach out to us, but we would love for you to save our hotline number in your phone. Give us a call for anything that you need: credit improvement, mortgage, real estate, all types of great home services as well, health and nutrition experts as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So reach out to 813-670-7372. Think of us as your super connector. We want to connect you to all of our expert contributors here for pretty much anything you need here based in Tampa Bay. 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline, as well as consumerqb.com. You can see links there at consumerqb.com to all of our expert contributors. And we have a new guest here joining us, Gregg, coming in from the AC Guy of Tampa Bay. Welcome in. We also have Diane, Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Colleen Rodriguez as well, and Gregg Bowman, AC Guy of Tampa Bay. Welcome in, sir.
Thanks, Brandon. It's great to be here.
All right. Thanks for coming in. So in the first half of the show, we were talking about mortgages and getting renters involved with that, and into the home ownership. It's the times call for people to stop renting, get into home ownership. And when it comes to first-time buyers, a lot of times, they don't understand how to operate, and even some folks that have been in homes for a while, how to operate these machinery, these equipment in the home. Right. So AC Guy of Tampa Bay, I love it. You guys take a consultative approach to helping your clients.
Correct. Yeah. We're here to serve and help in any way we can. It's interesting that you talk about that, about not quite knowing how to operate it, because we run into that a lot. And it's just one of those things that the machine, your air conditioner sits hidden away somewhere, and we're just counting on that to provide us comfort. Until it doesn't work, then it becomes an issue, and that's what we're here for when it's not working. Hopefully, though, we can actually get out there ahead of it not working. We've got some great programs for helping you out with that, and hopefully we can kind of give you some consultation on that to keep your machine working great.
Yeah, the AC Guy of Tampa Bay, Gregg Bowman here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Now, one of the things that we did, and a lot of our expert contributors, I can say, I worked firsthand experience with a lot of our folks, and your team is great. You guys came in. We had a new build, and we were actually missing a filter that was missing in one of the units, and right. The builder forgot to put the filter in. Wasn't, I guess, that big of a deal unless it had went on for too long.
Fortunately, it was caught quickly, yes. But running a machine without a filter long term can be detrimental. So fortunately, it was caught early. But those kind of mistakes, particularly in new construction, tend to happen. But we have a great program for staying on top of your equipment. It's called our VIP program. We come out twice a year, service, maintain that for you for $14 a month. And it's sort of a set it, forget it situation. You don't have to worry about it. We're taking care of it for you.
Yeah, I love that, and that's what we're on. And you get primary assistance when it comes to hey, the AC's out. It's a Friday at 5 o'clock. What do we do?
Right, exactly. Yeah, our VIP program customers are our priority customers. They're for front of the line service, discounted service, no after hours fees. So even if it's Friday at 2 in the morning, we're coming out there taking care of you at a regular service call rate, not a after hours fee.
That's awesome. So, Gregg, one of my friends posted on Instagram last week. I think it was Patrick. He's a show partner as well. PEO business is his business, but he goes on. He starts talking about there's nothing sexy about owning a business. It's hard work, 7 days a week. The businesses fail. But I wanted to point out these facts here. So it says, don't believe all the hype on the gram. Here are the facts, right? So there are 627,000 businesses started every year. 22% of those businesses fail after the first year, and 50% fail after the year 5, with the most common reason being cash flow. And it's not raising capital, it's a believing 100% in your marketplace, right? Mm-hmm. So as a successful business owner, what's helped you get over that hurdle? Maybe some of our listeners and viewers can take some notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is understanding your costs. I think a large part of why there's cash flow problems in businesses when they get going is they don't understand all that goes into it. It's ironic you asked that. I just before coming here, had a conversation with a customer, didn't understand why her service call was costing what it was. She said, I can find that part on the internet for $50. Why am I paying $300 to have this put in? And as a consumer, yes, I would have that same mentality. Well, if I can buy it for $50, why do I have to pay somebody $300 for this call? But it's the costs that go into that. Even though that part costs $50, we have another $50 in labor for a technician to be there, and then we have miscellaneous parts that have to go into it. We end up maybe having a direct cost on that of $150. Yep. But that's not all our costs that are involved in running a business. Then we've got our insurance, our workman's comp, fuel, licensing, permitting. Every municipality charges their fees for us to be licensed in them. Yeah. It adds up fast. So even though our direct costs were $150, our overhead probably added another $100 to that call. So we probably had $250 in costs in that call, and then maybe a $50 profit if we were lucky. That's where I think a lot of businesses fail, particularly in the contracting world, is they don't understand all that goes into that. It's very easy to look at it and say, well, it's only $50 for the part. Why do I have to charge that? Right. It's kind of like if you think about when you go to McDonald's. You buy a Big Mac for $5 or whatever. If you think about it, that burger and that bun does not cost McDonald's $5. Right. It costs them less than $1. Why are we paying $5 for it? It's because of all the overhead and other costs. That's right. Going into
the
that.
bricks and mortar, the employees, and back to your example too, with if that client bought that part, are they safe installing it themselves? Do they have the knowledge and education to install it themselves? So it's a great point. Cost breakdown.
Yeah. A lot of times clients look at it like we're trying to get rich off of them. We're making a modest profit. If we can make 10% a year, we're doing great. Exactly. It's not like we're getting rich off of you. It's just there are that many costs that go into running and operating a business. It's astounding. When you sit down and look at it.
It really is. It adds up quickly. And with the AC guy in Tampa Bay, nothing but great reviews online that we've seen. We have everybody that calls into the show, to all of our expert contributors. I can't tell you one example of someone that had a negative experience, bad feedback. So we appreciate you guys doing that out there in the community.
Oh, great! We're that's what we're here for.
Yeah, man. So what are some other misnomers as a consumer advocate? What are some things that we could say to the listeners, the viewers out there, of either maintenance side or things that we can do that could help prolong our system?
Well, on a maintenance side, just getting a maintenance done by a professional is definitely at least once a year. We recommend twice a year is a great thing to do. I wanted to highlight something that I was thinking about with another conversation I had with a customer a couple days ago. Not maintenance related, but there was confusion on warranty. She had bought a system through another contractor 4 years ago. We were out on a call to fix it, and she was confused about what warranty covered. In the contracting world, or in the air conditioning world particularly, there's a lot of confusion over that. All manufacturers pretty much now offer a limited warranty with their product, and most consumers look at that like they do when they buy a car. Okay, well, this air conditioner comes with a 10-year warranty. I just bought a car that had a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Everything's covered for 5 years, 100,000 miles. With an air conditioner, that 10-year limited warranty does not mean that everything's covered for 10 years. Right. What it means is the manufacturer will hand you a replacement part for 10 years, but everything related to getting that replacement part in your machine is at your expense. Right. And it's a common misnomer that a lot of people make a mistake in understanding, especially when they're buying an air conditioner. They're comparing different contracting companies that are offering them great deals, and this contractor says, well, it's this price and it comes with a 10-year warranty, and the customer assumes, well, then I don't have to worry about anything for 10 years. And then they get hit with that 4 year later, it needs this repair, and it's going to be X number of dollars because only the part is covered. Yeah. So it's just something to be cautious of. A lot of the products we offer with extended labor warranties as well, so everything's covered. So when you are getting a 10-year parts and labor warranty, then everything's covered. You're not worrying about any expenses for 10 years.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So the VIP program that you have is only $14 a month, and that's going to help keep the system in good shape. It's going to eliminate a lot of those headaches that can happen on a weekend because you're going to have a professional look at it, cleaning the coils and some of those types of things. I would imagine, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's the purpose of the VIP program, is to get out there twice a year, look for problems before they become problems, prevent things from turning into major issues, and then do it all at a rate that is affordable and also is keeping you as a priority customer.
Yeah, I like it. Well, let's make an offer out there. Anybody that's listening, if you want to text in, text the text the word HVAC to 813-670-7372. We'll get you in touch with Gregg Bowman and his team. Get them out there and take a look at your system. Make sure you're on that VIP program so you don't have any of those headaches that could pop up at any time of the hour. Text HVAC or AC to 813-670-7372, and we'll get you in touch with Gregg from the AC guy of Tampa Bay. All right, when we come back, more from our expert contributors here in studio. Diane, Vance in the house, Colleen Rodriguez representing Fairway Independent Mortgage, and our feel-good story of the day, students including cheer-on special needs classmate during a basketball game. And we'll be right back with our lightning round and more from our expert contributors. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Ian Beckles that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. A couple of hot listings here, 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. This property is located in the Town and Country area, kind of that Longboat, Bayport area of Tampa Bay. Gorgeous property. This one has bay access out into the bay, freshwater canal, pool, and it's completely remodeled on the inside. Gorgeous property, 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. Tampa, Florida. Also, want you checking out this property here is at 8239 26th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. This is a short sale. We actually converted this property to a short sale. Just looking for an offer to get this into the bank to negotiate. You ever hear of that neighborhood called Jungle Shores? This is the neighborhood here, 8239 26th Avenue North. And check out the beautiful photography compliments of Fairway Frameworks. If you see the drone here, you can see that we're literally 3 or 4 houses from the intercoastal waterways of beautiful Tampa Bay. Hot real estate properties. Check them out at platinummvpteam.com. And I'm going to give a shout out to Infinity Medical Institute. Infinity Medical Institute, they do a lot of cool things over there with cutting edge technologies with hormones, natural hormone replacement, and Infinity Medical Institute. They're right there on West Shore Boulevard, and check them out online at infinitymedicalinstitute.com. And they have a lot of great doctors on staff, biohormones and pellet therapy to keep you with that vigor there. Results of our treatment enhance lives and relationships, it says. All right, so back here in studio, we got a great lineup for you. Diane Vance in the house, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Colleen Rodriguez as well with Fairway Independent Mortgage, and Gregg Bowman, the AC guy of Tampa Bay. We're going to jump into our feel-good story of the day, and we're going to tell you something good here.
Tell me something good.
All right, so students including cheer on a special needs classmate during a basketball game. So pretty cool scene here at a North Carolina school. They included a special needs classmate. Teacher at Topsail Elementary School captured a video of a group of 5th graders playing with a 3rd grade student from the school's special needs program. The boys could be seen cheering for the boy as one pushed his wheelchair forward. He came up to shoot, but the child picked up the ball and dunked it for him. And then they cheered loudly and high-fived him after the score. For some in quote, some lessons can't be taught in a classroom, the school wrote on a caption for the video. So there's our feel-good story of the day, and we love that segment here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, along with the theme of our random act of kindness that we talk about here. All right, it's time for our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Diane Vance, you're up first.
Something that we haven't even talked about, but I happened to talk to a customer yesterday. He bought a house 2 years ago, and he did not file homestead. So if you've purchased a home, as soon as you get your package, go down and file homestead. You can even do it online. So it is a big discount for you. And it was too late, even though we send reminders at the beginning of the year to do it before March 1st. As long as you're living in the property before the end of December, you can file March 1st. It does follow the property, but this was on the property the first year, and that's how he forgot, because it was already there, and he did not go down and actually file. So make sure you file homestead.
Very important. And you can also port your have that portability as well. Correct. So if you move from one home to the next, if you've been a long time homesteaded property, you can port a portion of that over to the new home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, Colleen, top tips, nuggets of advice.
She completely scooped me. That was awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
That is huge.
That's awesome.
I'm going to do the same one I always do, though, Brandon. It's always get pre-qualified first. Get pre-qualified first, but I'm going to have to jump on a little bit. And, if you're a first-time home buyer, write a letter of intent to your seller that you are really, really interested in purchasing their home.
I love that.
We've seen it's made a big difference in a lot of the offers that have come in lately.
Yeah.
So, and have your lender call the seller's agent.
Get pre-qualified, have the lender call, send a video or a letter. Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yep.
Excellent.
Make it personal.
I like it. Gregg Bowman, the AC guy of Tampa Bay.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit in the break about it, particularly for a renter getting into a new home situation. First time you've got an air conditioner, make sure your air conditioner is getting some love. Our air conditioners in Florida work over 3,000 hours a year that they're running continuously for us. So particularly changing filters, that's very, very important. We've gone out numerous times where people didn't even know there was a filter that needed changed. Obviously, that turns into a clogged filter, which ends up causing damage to the system. So changing filters, staying on top of the drain lines. Another thing we had mentioned was the bleach thing. Is that something we should be doing?
Right.
Bleach is okay to put in your drain lines to help maintain them, to keep the mold and algae and bio stuff from growing in there. But with caution. Bleach is very caustic to the PVC joints, so if you put it in excessively, it can actually cause damage to the pipes, which makes them brittle, and then they break. And if they're inside walls, that turns into a whole nother mess. So we do have some bio-friendly drain cleaning agents that we recommend, that you just put a little cup of it in once a month or every couple months. You don't have to worry about that doing any damage, but you can use bleach. You can also use vinegar. Just be careful if you're using agents like that.
Don't mix them, right?
Right, yeah, you don't want to mix them.
Be careful with the chemical composition. We don't want a Breaking Bad scene.
Some vinegar.
Yeah, we don't want a Breaking Bad scene in there. But so what I wanted to talk about is for the remainder of the show, we kind of alluded to it earlier. I didn't realize that we hadn't discussed it on the show, but the home equity conversion mortgage. So you have a product out there called a reverse mortgage, and you can utilize it for a purchase. It's called the HECM, and it was created under the Reagan administration back in the 80s. But I'll yield the time to Diane. Maybe you could explain that for us, give us an overview.
Yeah, so when it's changed a lot. It's actually you can use it for a purchase. So let's say you want to buy a $300,000 house and you only have $150,000. You can buy that $300,000 house, and what happens if you, depending on your age, is how much you would have to put down, and then you don't have a payment. It's basically against your equity that's already in the house is what happens, and it builds. And you, even with the appreciation and the reason you have it, 45-50% down, depending on or loan to value, depending on your age. It's all dependent on age. You have to be over 62.
Okay.
Now your spouse can be younger, but it's going to go by the youngest age, and then they're going to subtract. The formula is based on the spouse.
Okay.
And contrary to the stories that used to be, they don't take your home if you're, you have 12 months once you vacate the house to actually sell the house if you're not going to be there anymore. The other thing, a lot of people, they all, my generation, you want to pay off your house, you want to pay off your house. You can't spend the equity in your house. It's sitting in your house. It's not cash.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of people that can pull out monthly income.
Yeah.
Because it gets tight when they're older, or it's a good strategy for tax purposes, because then you can maybe not take your Social Security till you're 70 years old. Don't touch your 401k.
Good point.
Everybody's always worried about, my equity is going to go, my children won't have it. Well, probably they will, but wouldn't it be just as good to keep your financial assets as a financial asset,
right, and
not use that and tie it up in equity on the house and have it fluctuate with the real estate world?
Yeah.
So we do a lot of those. Fairway does a lot of those. You get counseling, not counseling, but you get a phone consultation, so you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Some people can pull out cash, but they've kind of restricted that a little bit. You can get 60% the first year. And then, so if you own your house and you want to pull out some cash, you can do that. And then the second year, you can get the remainder. But it's a good product for a lot of different reasons. It's just a very misunderstood product.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Yeah, so there's a great opportunity where you can really leverage, and it's great for real estate agents to understand how to utilize this if you have that right scenario. Mm-hmm. Someone selling property from Northeast or Midwest, they come down. There's ways that you can leverage that cash rather than putting all that cash into the asset. Maybe take out a HELOC or a HECM, a home equity conversion mortgage, reverse mortgage for purchase, and then keep some of that money working for you in an alternative investment type scenario. So that's quick overview. We wanted to at least get that in today.
Fast one.
Yeah, that's a quick overview
it's a little
today.
more detailed.
Yeah, a little more details to that.
So yeah, that's quick.
Yeah, so it's a way that you can utilize different programs, and that's again back to the show. The purpose of the show is just to kind of paint the picture here for you for these different things that are open or available to the consumers out there, and then we have all the best expert contributors in every different line of over 80 different categories of expertise that you'll see. For example, tomorrow's show, we have Gulfside Health coming on the show, talking about different types of at-home health care and palliative care, different types of care available. So our show covers a large, area of different businesses, different professionals in the Tampa Bay area that can help you, and we want to be your consumer advocate. So I want to thank Diane, Vance, Colleen Rodriguez, as well as Gregg Bowman for coming in today. And thanks to our listeners, our viewers out there. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry carry it with you to and from your commute. Hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community, and there's lots of ways you can get involved and be a force for good. Donate time, donate blood, volunteer, and we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter, the Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook, and connect with us on LinkedIn. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.